What just happened with the Supreme Court and birthright citizenship? Here's what you need to know. Earlier this year, President Trump issued an executive order trying to overturn birthright citizenship, a legal principle established under the 14th Amendment, ensuring that anyone born on U.S. soil is automatically a citizen. District judges blocked his executive order via injunctions. But Sahara, what's an injunction? I'm glad you asked. An injunction is a court order that essentially instructs people, or in this case, instructs the Trump administration to stop. So thanks to these injunctions, the administration couldn't move forward in overturning birthright citizenship. It's one way courts have some power to ensure compliance with the Constitution and hold the president accountable. But on Friday, in a 6-3 decision, the Supreme Court ruled that individual judges cannot block the president's orders with nationwide injunctions. This gives President Trump and presidents after him enormous power to potentially sidestep the Constitution and push their own agenda while waiting for lawsuits to make their way through the courts. And in the meanwhile, judges have less ability to protect ordinary people from government overreach. So hypothetically, if Trump wanted to do something outlandish and blatantly unconstitutional, like banning Black Americans from voting or disqualifying women from receiving unemployment benefits, the administration could theoretically do it, at least in some states or for some Americans who don't explicitly sue to block the policy, while they wait for the Supreme Court to issue a final ruling on such a case. Trump hailed the court decision as a victory, complaining that judges have sidestepped his agenda and been biased towards him. Okay, Sahara, so what does this all mean for birthright citizenship? Is it gone? Another good question. No. The full details on the constitutionality of Trump's executive order against birthright citizenship are still being determined in court as part of the lawsuit challenging Trump's order. It could take months before we know the final decision. But now that the nationwide injunction has been blocked, Trump's executive order could go into effect as soon as July 27 for states and individual plaintiffs who are not part of the legal efforts to block the executive order. Arizona was one of the 22 states that filed an injunction, meaning his efforts to overturn birthright citizenship won't go into effect here for now. But they could go into effect in the other states, meaning a baby born in Arizona could become a U.S. citizen, but maybe not if they're born in Florida. It would be a mess. Which is why the immigrant rights groups behind the lawsuit are already seeking to reclassify the lawsuit as a class action, which could ultimately lead courts to block Trump's order nationwide via a separate legal route. In dissent to the court's Friday ruling, Justice Sonia Sotomayor wrote, "The court's decision is nothing less than an open invitation for the government to bypass the Constitution." What do you guys think about this new ruling by the Supreme Court? Let us know in the comments.